Learning to speak in between songs. This is one of my pet peeves, one of my most frustrating things with other artists and why they don't take the time to learn it, because it takes your show from here to here. It helps you to, engage with the crowd more. It helps so much with that, because in between songs, if it's just silent, it's just quiet, it's just like, okay, sure, maybe you have a beat, maybe you guys are tuning or whatnot, but here's your opportunity to share something. Hey, how you guys doing tonight? That song was inspired by this. If you know what town you're in, say something cool about the town. Maybe say, hey, we ate at this certain restaurant, or big up to that team, of that ball team or football team, or just something that is relatable to that town. That's your opportunity, man. Those times in between songs, those are your opportunities to speak to the crowd and to connect and make it more personal and bring them in. I've watched where I've shared certain things and just watched them like, oh, okay, he's one of us. She's one of us. They know what's going on in our town. That opens the door to so much when you do that, to learn to speak, okay? So just think about stuff. Maybe you have your certain things. There's certain things that I say in between songs all the time. I have this song called No Plan B. I'm like, hey, that song No Plan B, we shot a music video for it in Tokyo, Japan. So konnichiwa, arigatou gozaimasu, let's rock it, put your hands up. And I get them to start clapping. You know, it's kind of like my thing that I say in between songs. Or sometimes I'll say, hey, we just got off the road, man. We just flew through the night, and man, my buddy over here, he almost like threw up last night because he was eating this dirty burrito or something like that. But anyways, you ready to rock? Okay. And you know what? Just say something funny. You can say a joke, anything to kind of just cut the uncomfortableness. And there shouldn't be any uncomfortableness in the first place, but I get it. Sometimes you feel like you can't talk. Well, practice. You got to practice, man. I didn't get good at speaking in between songs overnight, and I was on the road with this artist, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just not good at speaking in between songs. And I was like, come on, man, you're so good at personal with me. How can you not be good on stage? It's the same thing. And then I watched him, and he was absolutely terrible, and he put no effort. He just didn't care. He just didn't think it was important. And you know what? The connection with the crowd was not the same. I've seen bands that are so good at connecting in between songs, telling jokes, and just having fun with the audience, bringing them forward. I've seen some dudes go on stage wearing a jersey or something like that of the team, or they take off their sweater and they're wearing the jersey of that team, of that city they're in, and it's just like, and people love it, you know, or naming one of their cool local restaurants and say that you ate there, and just sharing your story. Sharing your story about what inspired you, why you're doing music, how you got into it, what got you started, a struggle. People love a short little struggle, and you don't want to go on and on and on. You got to keep it quick, but if it's real, then people are going to love it. I've heard so many people say to me, Chris, I loved it when you shared, or I loved your show. And I'll say, well, what part did you like about the show? And they're like, oh, I loved it when you shared your story. And I was like, really? Well, that's cool, man. And it was just like, wow, you don't know this. And so when people come up to you after the show and they do say, hey, I loved your show, ask them, what did you like about it? What was your favorite part? And try and get more than just all of it. I loved all of it. Say, no, what was one of the parts you really liked that you liked about the show? And find out. And I just guarantee you, this being able to speak in between songs will not only engage more with the audience and just build a fan base, but with building a fan base, they'll buy more merch at the end of the night. Guaranteed. You'll sell more merch, you'll sell more CDs, and you'll turn not just like, spectators or what do you call it? You just turn someone from a fan to a raving fan, to like a real lifetime supporter. Okay, so take the time to practice and write out. And this is the other thing I want to say too. It's okay to say something very similar every single night. Every single night. There's nothing wrong with that. You sing the same songs almost every single night. Why can't you have a really good practice script, like your jokes and stuff like that, so you can deliver them awesome, and they just boom. What do you think a comedian does? What do you think public speakers do? They practice their one-liners. So you want to have your jokes and your different things ready so that people are like, oh, that's awesome. You know what I mean? One thing I say in between songs, I'll just share one of mine. I'll say, hey, the party level's here. Can we take it there? Can we take it there? Or sometimes I'll just say, hey, I need your help singing with this next song. Can you guys sing with me? And bring some crowd participation into it. It's a really powerful way and a tool to win over your audience and just to be able to speak in between songs. Hope that helps you guys out. You're freaking awesome. Thanks so much for taking this course, and I encourage you, take action, apply it, and let me know if it works by leaving a comment or a question in the discussion. Hey, what's up guys? Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you found it valuable. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you can get notified of the weekly new updates we always put out. Also, if you're a struggling artist and you're just trying to figure out what to do next in this crazy music industry, maybe you feel overwhelmed and you just don't know what to do next, I want to encourage you to check out fanbaseuniversity.com. It's a membership area where we're helping hundreds of other artists grow their platform, grow their fan base, sell more music, the real nuts and bolts and the how-to grow your music industry career. Head over to fanbaseuniversity.com and join our membership and get the help and the support you need to grow your music career.